Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Liberia to the world. My name is Cephas, and if you're a new subscriber here, if you're just stumbling onto this channel today for the first time, I do want to say welcome. This is a space where we talk about Liberia, we talk about cultural, real estate, business, and the people of our beloved country. To all my long-time subscribers, I do want to say thank you for staying through. I want to shout you guys out and all of you guys who are always the first to comment on these videos. I want to thank you. That helps a lot. Now, I do want to say, though, if you've been watching the channel for a while and you haven't yet subscribed, it's free, as we all know it is. But what it does, it really just helps the channel. So you've seen we're almost at 15,000 subscribers now. It's quite difficult to build audience on YouTube, especially for a content creator like myself and a businessman like myself who is not permanently based in Liberia. So it takes a while to come back and get content. So the little act of subscribing to the channel means a lot to me and to my team as well. Now, today I do want to talk about a topic that is, I believe, on the heart of all Liberians at this current time. Now, I understand the title of this video may take your mind to something more political. I mean, it somewhat has to do with that. I mean, everything plays into politics anyways, but this is merely on a different realm, on a different spectrum, I should say. Now, I do want to talk about the state of our country in three facets. And all of these has to do with business, real estate, and other factors. I understand, again, a lot of political things is going on. The atmosphere in the country right now in regards to politics is pretty heavy. However, the reason why I want to go the other route is because it's something I'm going to touch on later on in the video, is the fact that no matter what is going on in Liberia, have you noticed that the foreigners, the Indians, Chinese, Lebanese, Turkish who are here don't really bother? I mean, of course, they're not Liberian citizens, so they're not going to play into the politics, but it always seems to not really bother these guys. They're still coming in their numbers. They're still making money. They're still getting wealthy. They're building wealth and expanding their businesses as if it doesn't affect them, right? So that's why I want to talk about the state of our nation in three different facets. So let's get into the video. All right, and the first one I want to talk about is togetherness. Now, I would tell you, I have been in and out of Liberia so many years now, as you guys know, as the channel grew. One thing I've noticed and I've always wished for was to see a group of like-minded Liberians come together to achieve something significant. It is crucial on the state of our nation right now as well, togetherness. And again, this togetherness plays into other facets. Like I said, you guys may have thought this topic would be more politics. However, it still plays into that, right? Togetherness. The lack of togetherness in Liberia and amongst Liberians is hindering progress as a whole, right? You know, I usually talk about countries I've lived in, and I always reference Ghana. And I know Ghana is overplayed. I know Ghana has their own problems. When you talk to a Ghanaian today, he may not spill all the bean, but he would let you know everything is not, roses and glitters. You know what I mean? So they have their own issue. However, one thing I've noticed about Ghana is they usually will put their nation first, put their people first. So, and I've lived in Ghana for a while, to the point where I've noticed people coming together to achieve a goal. Now, here in Liberia, though, the people that I see the more cohesion amongst themselves the most are all foreigners. You guys all know that, right? So I had a conversation with a guy the other day, not that guy, several, not even one person, probably like more than 20 people. And the saying is always the same. They're like, oh, the reason why Liberians, businesses, or we Liberians who don't really achieve anything that big in Liberia, is because the government pay more attention or favors foreigners. Now, there is some truth to that. However, it didn't happen by accident, right? The reason is these people, even in the great United States, there is something called lobbying. Lobbying is basically, most of you are probably aware. But if you're not, a lobbying basically is the method or the process of which you have a group of people that come together and have somebody represent them and talk to the government for their interest, right? So it could be like one of the biggest lobbyists in America are alcohol, tobacco, and things like that, right? Cigarette company, all of that stuff. So even though we know there's a lot of side effect of cigarettes and smoking cigarettes and health and all of that stuff, cigarettes is still being sold today everywhere in the U.S., right? Of course, you have to be at the age limit, but it's being sold every day. And there has been over the years, over decades and centuries, there's been so many push to ban it, but have been unsuccessful because of a powerful group of people that come together. That has to happen in Liberia. Liberians, we have to come together in a way that we've never seen before. And yes, it is our own government, but we have to lobby our own government for our own interests. I get it. I know it's a sticky situation, slippery slope. You go there, they want something from you and all of that stuff. But if the Lebanese and the Chinese are able to do it, why can't we? Why are we still stuck on the notion that, when you go there, they want money from you, they're not going to do it, they undermine you? Well, no. If we stick together, if we go as a cohesive group, if we go with some influence, basically, and lobby our interests as Liberians to put Liberians first, it will happen. But it's difficult because even from the macro level, right, to see one or two Liberians get together, I've tried maybe bringing some folks together to achieve certain goal here in Liberia. People kind of fall apart, right? Because everybody want to do their own thing. People want to undermine and stuff like that. It's amongst ourselves. However, there are a lot of Liberians who are level-headed Liberians, who are goal-oriented Liberians, who have resources to achieve certain things and who can get together and agree on something and push towards a collective goal. There are a lot, and those are the folks that we need. I'll give you an example, right? Right now, we own a real estate company. We're into real estate, as you guys all know. Our goal, and we also did combine with other Liberians. You guys saw the video. So it's myself and my business partner, Joel, started a company, the Vision Estates. You guys all know about it, where we build estate homes for people in the diaspora. Because what? We know the need of owning property in Liberia, and also the fact that there is a big challenge. It's a huge gap in the sense that people who are trying to build in Liberia are getting burned every day, right? Your family members are doing them dirty. The contractors are doing them dirty. And it's bad in the sense that people are scared to invest in Liberia, right? Folks always will have to leave their jobs, their family, to come down to build in Liberia. And I can tell you this, I can assure you, I understand that you want to do that, you want to be a part of the process, but being part of the entire process of building in Liberia, and if you have to come down and do it yourself, it's the least effective way to do it. I'll tell you, it's the least effective and most difficult way. I understand you're being part of the process and all of that, but that doesn't even save you from being doomed or scammed. Even we that are into the real estate space, we that are here all the time and building real estate companies and building for people in abroad, people still try to scam us. And sometimes they're getting over us, right? So by you coming down doesn't mean you know the ins and outs. By you coming down to Liberia to build your home doesn't mean you know all the little tricks the contractors do. You don't know all the little tricks the survey guys they do to undermine you, right? So it's still not really going to save you. The main thing is just getting a company that is certified, like, for instance, any company, including ourselves, who are registered, pay taxes, have certified, educated, formally trained, experienced builders, architects, electricians, plumbers, tile layers, roofers, all of that we have on our company. That's the way you have to do it. Now, let me go back, right? What I'm trying to say is we did a conglomerate, right? We combined, we're like, look, we want to get far. This says what they always say. What did it say? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go further, go in group or go as a collective, right? Basically, you can lean on each other, you can bounce ideas on each other, you can kind of like distribute responsibilities and stuff like that, and work as a cohesive team to achieve something. That's what we did, right? So more Liberians doing that. And this goes now to what I'm trying to land is the opportunity in real estate. Real estate in any part of the world is one of the biggest, the first top 2 to 3 ways of building wealth, securing your wealth, and investing into something that it's not fluid. You know what I mean? Like it's not unstable. It's pretty steady. So can you imagine right now the lack of housing in Liberia? We all know you come to Liberia, you stay in a guest house, you pay, if you stay in a month, you pay 3,000 and stuff like that, which is quite up there, right? However, there are a lot of folks here who are living in subpar housing. There are a lot of folks here who are wishing to just live in a better condition homes. And we've been on, for instance, we've gone to apartment shopping. And when you see what's on the market, it's crazy. So imagine a group of Liberians coming together, right? Lobbying the government to have some kind of subsidies, or the bank. You know, we partner up with the bank. We've partnered up with EcoBank to provide mortgages for you guys. And that's what we're doing now. One of our projects we're building now are building homes for people who've already applied and got approved for mortgages. I'm going to put the link in the description if you're interested in that. I'm going to make more videos on that. You guys all know we launched that a few months back and people have already started applying. And basically, simple application process. You get approved and we provide up to 70% financing with $150,000 cap for you to build your home here in Liberia, right? So imagine a group of Liberians getting together, lobbying the government or lobbying a bank and getting and we also, for instance, we broker land, right? We have a lot of land available and a lot of people have land available where you get probably like 50 acres for a good amount of money, where you get into some kind of agreement with the owner of that land to pay them on the back end, to consign the land to you. And as you develop, you pay them as you go. All of you guys are in it together. So imagine that collective effort where then you build subsidies. The bank could probably finance and have people pay over 15 years. You know, those who have actual employment, like, you know, government worker or a certain recognized company where they can get their payment out of their paycheck and stuff like that. So, right, imagine that. And building these really nice, affordable homes, right? We can build a home for you for like $15,000. A nice, simple, small, modern looking home. And we can build for $20,000. We can build for $10,000. Depends on what you're trying to do. So imagine building these smaller $15,000 homes and have in masses in a beautiful, nicely organized, nicely laid out, zoned area, community, or township. That's crazy, right? It's being done in other African countries. It's being done in Uganda, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya. It's being done in all these African countries, but we just need to come together. So that also impact the state of the nation currently. And we're jumping to my second point. All right, now let's jump into the second point, right? Now, the second point is opportunities that are not being taken by Liberians. I really want to talk up close about this one. Again, the reason why I mentioned from the beginning of the video that no matter what's going on, we still see the same number of Chinese, Indians, Lebanese are still flocking to the country is because there's a lot of opportunities here in Liberia. Now, we tend to focus on the negative part of Liberia, which if you're a business person, right, the more a country has negatives is the more opportunities there are to build wealth and help the people, right? So as bad as we all Liberians complain about Liberia, we want to leave. I saw somebody posted not too long ago that they want to leave the country, which is fair. It's understandable. The more we feel that way, the more we want to leave, the more we see issues, the more issues are created, is the more these foreigners see money, they see opportunity, they see a way of creating wealth, and they flock here. Now, what also concerns the state of the nation currently is the opportunities that are being missed by us, we Liberian, right? I've talked about this on this channel before, where you see, for example, the Crush Rock Company, where you see, people, the sand guys, and where we get, just all these natural resources, lumber, timber, and things like that for building. A couple of them are Liberian-owned collaboration-wise. They're not the biggest, but all the rest of them are companies from abroad, from outside of the country. So we are missing those opportunities that do concern the state of the nation. That affects the state of the nation, right? I saw a girl, and I saw this the first time a long time ago when I was in Buchanan, where I saw a long train with so much the quantity wise of iron ore. I don't know what it was, something I can't say it was iron ore, but some materials that looks like is natural resources needed on this long train that was going by. It was going to the port. It's not the main port in Buchanan, but it was somewhere. I was like, it's happening in like a more secluded area, and the people in the area are not aware, or they're aware, but they don't really understand what's going on. So we are missing out on all of these opportunities. It does affect the state of the nation, right? So when I'm talking about opportunities, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that right now, for instance, I just discovered a land all the way in Margibi that has big boulders. Boulders are these huge rocks that they use to make crush rocks. Now, crush rocks is one of the biggest money-making things here in Liberia. I mean, these guys, these Chinese and, Chinese guys who own these crush rock companies are making, like, I can say almost like a couple $100,000 each month, because the trucks are in line daily, every single day, nonstop, going to buy, maybe not every day, maybe except Sunday or whatever. But, you get what I'm saying, right? Buying these things. And they only had to do with a natural resource. So basically buying that land that has the big boulder, and a few Liberians coming together and investing. Maybe invest $100,000, $200,000 and get all the materials that I would need. A lot of Liberians has money out there. You can get a group of 20 people, 25 people, each person bring 10,000, whatever it is. And that's something that's going to go on and create wealth for everybody involved, right? Bring these missionaries down. These Chinese guys, they do it the same way to bring it down from China, right? Bring this missionary down, set up shop, and start going, right? So this missed opportunity is also what I'm talking about. And lastly, the best time to invest Liberia is now. I understand, we're traumatized from what we've had in the past as Liberians, and most folks I see in the diaspora, reasonably will look at certain things going on in Liberia and be like, man, I don't want to invest. But the reason why I keep encouraging people is this: no matter what is going on, how the country is this, how people are protesting or this and that, these foreigners don't care. They are still investing and they're still making money, because no matter what is going on, there are certain goods and services that people will need no matter what. No matter if the lawmakers are acting crazy, if they're doing this, if that, there are certain businesses that you do it and you make money and you create wealth. Simple as that. So there is still not a better time to invest in Liberia than today. And those sectors would be real estate, agriculture, natural resources, and just daily it's kind of like goods, right? Things like water, things like sanitary pad, things like, for those, and a lot of diasporans who are coming to Liberia, a lot of people are moving back. So setting up shop where you get things like certain products that is daily use by some of people living in the diaspora, or people just well-to-do middle-class Liberians who are living in Liberia that needs now. All of those things are needed. You go to the supermarket, it's packed. Certain things, people like to get it from the supermarket, right? So things like that. And especially other things like get your hands dirty, do cold storage and so many businesses that make you so much money in this country, and people are still doing it. So don't get discouraged. Come and invest in Liberia. If you have no idea, I've had people sat in this office who, based on recommendations I've made in past videos, they started those businesses and they are doing great, right? So there's a lot of opportunities there, and I put real estate as the number one. So if you're looking to construct and build and things like that, like I said, the biggest thing is just finding the right team and the right company. And look no further. We are that team, basically. We spent like the past 3 years trying to find the best of each sector into real estate and construction, and making sure integrity, transparency, and quality is at the forefront of everything we do. That's why it took me so long. I could have come to Liberia years back and just found a bunch of people and created a company. And finding the right team is the hardest thing to do. So that's why we've launched now, because we've put together an amazing team. We've partnered up with amazing companies like EcoBank, Cecil Global, and we've acquired new locations that are prime, easy to get to construct you guys' home. Because real estate is sure ways, number one way, I would say in the top 3 ways of creating wealth in Liberia and creating something that's more stable. So consult with us, reach out to me or my team. Basically, if you want to do something separate from what we're doing, but we just need some advice, reach out to us. If you need to purchase land and where you want to start your agricultural work, farming, and all of that stuff, or real estate, like I said, building these affordable homes, whatever it is you want to do, or building homes for rentals, building homes for vacation, building something other than homes, like a theme park. For instance, I was just thinking the other day, can you imagine if somebody built a bowling alley, right, where you have different games and things like that? All of those things are not here yet. Great, amazing opportunities, right? And those things are still into the real estate space because you need the space to actually be built. So many things, so many opportunities here. Let's not get distracted. 2025 is your year of building something in Liberia, and we are your team to get that done. There it is, guys. That's kind of what I want to talk to you guys for today. Thanks for sticking through. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And I'll see you guys in the next one. All right? Peace.